Most people completely misunderstand how European company formation works, and because of that misunderstanding, they assume it is either extremely complicated, only for large investors, or locked behind layers of bureaucracy that are impossible to navigate without expensive legal teams. But the surprising truth is this: Slovakia actually has a structured, transparent, and well-documented system for registering a limited liability company. And once you understand how it works, the process becomes far more logical than most people expect. Now imagine someone like Sarah, a 32-year-old freelance software developer from California. She works remotely, earns clients from Europe and the United States, and recently notices something important. Her European clients are increasing, and she starts wondering if she should formalize her presence inside the European market. And one country keeps appearing in her research: Slovakia. At first, she assumes company registration in Europe will be slow, expensive, and full of legal complexity. But she keeps digging, and what she discovers begins to change her perspective. Slovakia is a Central European country with a stable legal system, and its capital city Bratislava serves as the administrative center where most business registrations and corporate filings are processed. And that detail matters more than it seems. Because centralization creates structure. And structure creates predictability. And predictability is what makes business registration manageable instead of overwhelming. But Sarah doesn't know that yet. So she begins with assumptions. She thinks LLC in Europe must be complicated. But here's where things get interesting. What people casually call a Slovakia LLC is officially known as a ASRO, which stands for Společnost s ručením obmedzeným, the Slovak equivalent of a limited liability company. The Slovak equivalent of a limited liability company. And that structure is widely used by both local entrepreneurs and foreign founders who want to establish a European business presence. But Sarah has no idea how that system actually works. So she starts with the first major realization. A Slovak SRO is a legal entity that separates personal liability from business obligations, meaning shareholders are generally only responsible up to the amount of their capital contribution. And that concept is the foundation of her entire decision. Because liability protection is one of the main reasons entrepreneurs form companies in Europe. But here's the first problem she encounters. She assumes company formation is just filling out a form. But in reality, it is a structured legal sequence involving name approval, registered office setup, capital declaration, trade licensing, and court registration. And missing one step can delay everything. So Sarah begins with step 1. Choosing a company name. And this is not just branding. This is legal identity creation. Because the name must be unique and approved by the Slovak Commercial Register before incorporation can proceed. So she prepares several options and checks availability through official systems. And then she learns something important. Even small naming conflicts can lead to rejection or modification requests. So precision matters. Now here's where emotional tension begins. Because waiting for approval feels uncertain. Did she choose correctly? Will it be rejected? Will she have to restart? But here's the insight most people miss. In structured European systems, name approval is not randomness. It is verification of uniqueness and compliance. And once approved, it becomes a permanent legal identity. So Sarah moves forward. Next comes the registered office requirement. And this is where many foreign entrepreneurs get confused. Because every Slovak company must have a registered address inside Slovakia. This does not mean physical relocation of the business owner. It means a legal correspondence address where official communication is received. And this is often arranged through a virtual office service or a local business address provider. And Sarah quickly realizes something important. A company is not tied to where you live. It is tied to where it is legally registered. And that distinction opens possibilities. But here's the next challenge. She now needs to define her business activity. In Slovakia, companies must specify their trade activities through a system of licensed or free trades depending on the business type. And this is where clarity becomes critical. Because vague descriptions can slow down approval. So Sarah carefully defines her company as a digital consulting and software development business, providing services to international clients. And that level of specificity helps streamline the process. Now comes one of the most important steps: share capital. In Slovakia, a standard SRO requires a minimum registered capital, often set at €5,000, although only a portion may need to be paid initially depending on structure and compliance requirements. And this is where Sarah pauses. Because money always creates hesitation. But here's the insight that changes her thinking. Share capital is not a fee. It is a declaration of company financial structure. It represents the foundation of ownership, not an expense. So she proceeds with confidence. Next comes documentation. And this is where the process becomes formal. She must prepare founding documents, shareholder agreements, consent forms for the registered office, and declarations from directors. And every document must be aligned perfectly. Because inconsistencies lead to delays. So Zara decides to work with a local legal service provider in Slovakia. And that decision proves critical. Because while the process is accessible, accuracy matters. And legal professionals reduce the risk of rejection. Now the application is submitted to the commercial register. And this is where the system activates. Because registration is not instant. It goes through court-based verification. And this is where patience becomes part of the process. But here's the deeper insight. Court registration is not a barrier. It is validation of legal existence. And once approved, the company becomes a fully recognized legal entity. So Zara waits. And during this waiting period, she starts to understand something important. Our European company formation is not about speed. It is about legitimacy. And legitimacy is what allows companies to operate across borders with confidence. Eventually, approval arrives. And Sarah's SRO is officially registered. But here's where most people think the process ends. It doesn't. Now comes tax registration. Because every company must register with the tax authority and obtain a tax identification number. Without this step, the company cannot legally operate, invoice clients, or comply with financial reporting requirements. So Zara completes this step immediately. And now her company is fully operational. But here's where things shift again. Because operating a European company is not just about formation. It is about ongoing compliance. And this is where many new entrepreneurs struggle. Because companies must maintain accounting records, file tax returns, and comply with regulatory reporting. So Zara sets up a simple system. Monthly bookkeeping, quarterly reviews, annual filings. And that structure gives her stability. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Why would someone like Sarah choose Slovakia for company formation? The answer is strategic positioning. Slovakia is part of the European Union, which means companies registered there can operate within the broader EU market under unified regulatory frameworks. And that opens access to millions of potential customers and partners. But here's the deeper insight. The real value is not just incorporation. It is access to systems, access to banking frameworks, access to EU trade structures, access to legal recognition across multiple countries. And Sarah begins to understand that she is not just forming a company. She is entering a unified economic system. And that changes everything. Now let's bring it all together clearly. A Slovakia LLC, formerly SRO, is formed through a structured process involving name approval, registered office arrangement, business activity definition, share capital setup, legal documentation preparation, and court registration. After that, tax registration and ongoing compliance complete the operational structure. And while the process may seem complex at first, the logic behind it is consistent. Define, do, register, validate, activate, and iso masoka, oinaso learned, asaning zanowediko bastama. Maintain. That is the system. And once Sarah understands that system, everything becomes clearer. Because she is no longer guessing. She is operating with structure. And that is the transformation that matters most. She started uncertain, assuming Europe would be complicated and inaccessible. But she ends with something very different. A registered European company, a clear operational framework, and a strategic understanding of how legal business systems actually function. And more importantly, a shift in identity. From freelancer to structured business owner. From uncertainty to clarity. From reaction to strategy. And that is the real lesson. Because once you understand systems, you stop fearing complexity. And you start using it. If you found this guide helpful and want more detailed breakdowns of international company formation and global business systems, make sure to subscribe to the channel.